All right, welcome to Forever Hardcore. We're going to be getting started pretty quickly here, but just a little bit of information just so you guys know what the series is about. So, the reason we're sitting here in this menu is because I have a 4 hour leniency period during which, in the case I die, I can restart the world using the same seed that a group of us from Ron Block have chosen. And yeah, so we're going to be running the game as default as possible. So we're not changing any of the game rules. We're also not adding any of this stuff or any data packs or mods. So we want to maintain the world so that in the case a data pack or a mod is no longer supported, we're not going to lose any gameplay. Um, we're also not wanting to change the world like terrain generation. We also don't want to add any unique blocks like we're not using create, right? So I left out a bit of vital information for you guys. So the whole point of Forever Hardcore is to go on forever. But if I die, I can't continue playing in the world. So the idea is that the series will be carried on through a bunch of different creators. So right now we have a lineup of Rotten Block members. So once I die, I will hand the world off to the next Rotten Block member. We won't always be restricted to Rotten Block members. We will eventually reach out to other creators, and if you are a creator, Minecraft specifically, and you're interested in this series and want to partake, just leave a comment in any one of our comment sections, any of the videos comment sections. So there will be a playlist containing every bit of content as part of this series. So yeah, I guess we'll just get back to it. I guess yeah. So I guess I have a 4 hour leniency period because I'm the first host, and that's really just so I can get things set up for later hosts. But hosts after me will have a 2 hour leniency period during which if they die, they they can always return to the previous save. If I have any other information I haven't shared here, I will add what I think is necessary in the description. So I think we're gonna get started. We have everything set. Yeah, I'm a little scared here. I really don't want to die. I have a bunch of ideas that I want to get done. We're doing it. We're getting started. Oh no, this is scary. All right, I just had to let everyone know I was getting started, and this is already looking pretty cool. So just to make sure we have flashback going, and yeah, we're gonna be really careful here. It's actually a really nice seed right now. Okay, so I have a timer going, and I might put one up in the corner. We'll see. So I do have a bunch of plans that I want to achieve before I die, and I do have a list that I've prioritized these things. So we did pick a seed. We were looking for a few things. So I wanted a big plains. I figured that would be or make for a good spawn, and a ton of forest. I wanted people to have enough resources. But we also were looking for like a variety of biomes. So I know there's some mushroom fields somewhere. There's a desert not too far from here. I didn't look into any of the structures, so I don't really know what's around here. If I do die, I hope it's within the first 4 hours. I can get restarted. Just be careful going into caves. So I do really want to get a book or a book and quill. So how many cows do we have? We have plenty around. All right. So we need to go find some sugar cane. We need a feather. Come back. There we go. All right. Let's get some more food. There, we got a feather. All right. Pigs are good for food too. All right, so instead of maybe putting my coordinates here, I'm going to put my goals. Let's do that. Let's call them my goals. So these are things I want to achieve before I die, and if I achieve or accomplish all these goals, I can choose to retire. If I come up with some more stuff, I'll just add them to the list. So where's my list? All right, so I have added everything that I want to achieve here. So first one, we're going to add some directions at spawn. So we'll probably just create like a little spawn platform with, I don't know, a board with a bunch of signs, things things I want people, once they spawn in, they'll just read and kind of understand the world. Two, so we're going to build a home somewhere that we will hopefully be able to retire to once we've achieved all of the goals that we set out to accomplish. Three, I want to build a library. That way we can kind of keep track of everyone who has joined the world. So I don't know if I want them to just name an item and put it into a chest or something, or if I could have them write, books, just kind of keeping track of things they've been up to or even their goals. I'll probably put this book into the library if I get to that point. So we could do something like that. Or even if they want to just write a story, they could put it in the library. Four, I want to create a general spawn area, just like have some farms, some little structures, just something nice. When people spawn in, they'll have an area to be. And five, so I want to build farms that help to support the library here. But I don't want to do that until I've kind of established myself. So once we're ready, we'll build these farms: chicken, leather, squid, and sugarcane. And those will all produce ingredients for the book and quill. If I get through this point, I want to build a creeper farm. That way we can start making rockets. Because if we have the sugarcane farm, then we'll have plenty of paper to use to make rockets. And if I can make rockets, then we'll probably need to go to the end, and I want to collect a bunch of wings and a bunch of armor. That way people don't really have to be exploring the end as much. So if we can just gear up and just collect a lot of gear, people will just have some basic stuff at the beginning. And if I've achieved all these goals, I want to maybe create a field where people can just go and build a statue of themselves. And yeah, I think it'd be really cool to do more than just the library. We have like this field of statues of everyone participating. So yeah, we're gonna keep track of this book. I want to make a can I do it? So I need 3 books. Yeah, I think I can do it. All right. And a lectern. Okay, so when I get back, I will put my book and quill into this lectern, so that way this book remains safe, and that way it doesn't get lost or anything. We're gonna leave the campfire here. I think I have enough food to get back. Where's my pork? There it is. Okay. All right. I don't think. I'll just put it here for now. The book and quill. Might make another book and quill if I can. Yeah. And this one I am going to use as my coordinates overworld. So I think I'm gonna spend a little bit of time here, just kind of getting some resources put together. I need to start some farms. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that for a little bit. Okay, so I've created my mine shaft down here, and I'm in a deep dark. It's it's a little scary. I did do a little peek into the world, and I've only seen a little bit of the skulk. I don't know if there's a city around here. I don't really want to try to find it. But yeah, I just ran into my first diamonds. I've just started mining, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, some diamonds. Okay, so I have gone mining for a bit. I got some diamonds, got some redstone. We have enough diamonds now. We could make a pick. We could make the enchanting table. But I think what we're gonna do is go exploring a little bit. So I got a little bit of materials, and I don't know what we're looking for. I think just ooh, I need my bed. Yeah, I don't know what we're looking for. I think if we find some villages, we can maybe gather some random materials. Maybe not cherry. We got cherry over there. But yeah, I don't know where we're gonna go. Which way is this? Is that's south? Let's go north. I think when I was looking at Chunk Base, the desert was somewhere out that way. So we can maybe try to make our way that way. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna go that way. Ooh, egg. Cool. Let's continue looking for this desert. I think I found it. I think that's a desert. Yes. There's a village. Cool. Awesome. We found the desert, and we're gonna go over there, collect some stuff. And there's a ton of sugarcane, so we should be able to get our books made. Put those books away. Now we can get some cactus, and maybe a little bit of sand. I can't put the one egg in that, because it stacks to 16. It's dumb. Cool. Lots of treasure, lots of sand, and I think it's time to get back to spawn. Alright. Well, I've got 20 more minutes. I think I'm gonna pause it here, though, and go take a little short break so I can eat. Alright. We have made it 4 hours into the series so far, and I haven't died, and that means I am locked in. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so I think it's time that we start kind of working on some stuff. We already have the farms kind of going, but I want to kind of start working on this stuff. So one of the first things we've got to do is kind of set up a guide for the future hosts at spawn. So we can see it from here. Yeah. So the wood plank up there that marks where true spawn is, and we're gonna build like kind of a I don't know a platform that people can spawn on, and we're gonna add like a set of kind of directions for people, probably describing do we want to do it just to kind of keep us somewhat safe. Oh God, can I put that there? I can't see him. Get in the boat. 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 Okay. There we go. Awesome. And it looks like we also got some grass. Yeah. Cool. And an ender pearl. Alright. We got our first ender pearl. That's awesome. It's pretty handy. Let's put that away. Got a grass block. Yep. Alright. All right, so we're going to start working on a foundation up there, get some directions for the future host, probably just kind of describe this area. I don't know if I'll fill out the signs yet because I don't really know. Probably just like welcome to Forever Hardcore, and this is Spawn, enjoy. So, something like that. Okay, so we are getting started on the first goal here, and it's going to be our kind of guide for I don't know, the future hosts of the world to kind of direct them around spawn here. And I got a bunch of materials. I'm just kind of filling in this area with gravel just so we can kind of get an idea of the shape. I'm going to bring everything down. So we're going to have like this column, like a foundation. And yeah, so spawn is right there. So hopefully when they spawn in, they'll kind of show up around the foundation here. Hopefully on top, not below. But cool. So I've been spending a little bit of time over here, just working on the foundation for the spawn area. You know where people are going to be coming into the world. I wanted to give them like this entrance with some directions and guides, kind of a greeting for joining the world and kind of getting to know spawn here. But yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. I did struggle a bit with the colors. You know, I just went with a gray color palette. And where I have the tuff, I had andesite at first, and it just kind of blended in with the grays behind. But with the tuff, I think it sticks out just a little bit more. And then I didn't really know what to do at the top there. I wanted kind of like the parapet or the crenellations there at the top, whatever they're called. And I was really struggling to get it to look round and getting it to look like this. But I think it's looking pretty good. So we aren't quite done with the area over here. I do want to get like a kind of a board here with just a greeting, letting people know kind of the spawn area where they can find things. We are probably gonna have a bunch of buildings around here, and I think just having something to guide them around here. But yeah, we'll come back to this at some point, get it done. So while I've been working on that, I've also been over here, just kind of when I'm needing to just kind of wait on some stuff. I've been over here excavating this little area here, and I'm thinking this is where we're going to put the library. So the library is our third goal that we want to finish up and get done before dying. So I think in this little area, I think that'll this is just a good area for the library. It's close to spawn, and people could probably make their way over here if they wanted to, right after spawning in. But before I can really do any more work on this, it's already looking like a big task, and I think now is probably. Ooh, I'm trying to do this. I think right now is probably a good time to start getting enchanted. I'm still using stone tools. I don't have any enchants on my armor. So, but I do have like everything I need for enchanting. So I think what we need to do is find a spawner, get a mob grinder going, and then we just sit there and get enchanted. I know that that's gonna take a while. Once we do that, we can probably make our way to the Nether, because I think we're gonna need to cure some zombie villagers at some point. I don't know where the nearest village is, so yeah. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do to find a spawner is do it the safe way and kind of cheat here. Go use free cam. I've already looked a little bit. I did find a spider spawner somewhere, but I don't want a spider spawner. What's that? That's just dripstone. What I'm looking for is ooh, there's one. I'm looking for like a skeleton spawner. Oh, I think I found the ancient city. Oh, okay. Well, oh no, I've cheated. What is this? This is a spider spawner. But ooh, there's another spawner. I want a skeleton or a zombie spawner. And that's just another spider. Okay, so I think I found a relatively safe skeleton spawner. Does have a bit of deep dark, but I think this is a good one. It's not too far. I mean, we're over there. That's our base, and it looks like we can dig straight down. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go dig a hole, probably start working on the farm, and then well, I don't know. Be back in a moment. All right, so I realized I'm gonna build a skeleton farm. I need soul sand, right? Yeah, I need to go to the Nether. It's much earlier than I thought I would have to. So this should be fun. So according to Chunk Base, if I go through the Nether at this point right here, that should put me in a warped forest, which I think is the safest biome to spawn in the Nether. Now, I never use shields, but we're in hardcore. Gotta play a little different. What? No, nope, 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 nope. We are leaving? What the heck? I'm not dealing with that. Okay. So something was wrong. I know what I did. Okay. I put this on the wrong z-axis. I was supposed to have it set to negative, so it would have been over there. Well, dang. Alright, so we should be going through a warp, or spawning in at a warped forest. That should keep us pretty safe, What? What the heck? Oh, no. Oh, I screwed this up. So, I think what's happening is that since there is a portal now generated in the Nether, this or not piston, this portal, guys, come in for me. Portal's just gonna connect to it. I can go in and assess the area. If I can get out of the basalt deltas, I can maybe destroy the portal and then move to the appropriate location. Alright, we actually just gotta get over there. I gotta go back through. If I'm gonna destroy this portal, I need a diamond pick. Hopefully I didn't grab the iron pick. I don't think I did. Okay, we're good. Alright, I am a little afraid of what's below the obsidian. Well, dang. So the only thing I can think is maybe I go and grab some more obsidian. And then come back and destroy this portal, then head to the... Great. Oh my god. It's a good thing I checked that, though. You know, I'm doing all this just so I can get some soul sand. Yeah, I do use toggle sneak, so I'm not too worried about just falling off. I mean, what is hardcore if not for the sketchiness? 2, 3, 4. Alright, so if this doesn't connect with the portal in the overworld, I think we're just going to move the portal to wherever this location is. So let's go. Let's take a break. What's it doing? Where am I? What is going on with these portals? Okay, alright. I think this is where the portal needs to go. Alright. Just make sure. It's gonna go to the right spot. What? Oh, come on. I don't know what happened. Oh, wait, no, I'm good. I thought I did my math wrong. I think I did do my math wrong. See, I think what I did is I divided the nether coordinates by 8 instead of multiplying them by 8. Okay. What I might do is just run all the way back to spawn. And do the math correctly this time. Okay, so I had this idea. Let's build the portal to a safe location in the nether. And it led me over here. I was trying to do minus 314, minus 314, you know, pi. This should be putting us in a nether waste, hopefully. Perfect. Alright, there's the basalt delta. I think that's the one we may have come in originally. Alright, so it's not too bad. But I think where we're trying to go, yeah, is over there. Okay, how much do I have now? 29? I have a stack. Alright, that should be good enough for now. I was thinking we could maybe try to find some endermen, but I'm not seeing any. Alright. We did it. Now we just gotta get back. Oh, yeah, it's nighttime. Alright, we made it back. We got everything. Yeah, we did it. That was more of an ordeal than I was expecting. Let's just put some stuff away. Give me that. Go that over here. And that stuff too. Alright. Alright, well, we gotta start working on that skeleton farm. Want to see something scary? What was that scary? Maybe. I was terrified doing that when I was putting it together. But yeah, here's the skelly spawner. We spent quite a bit of time here getting all geared up and stuff. That's my back there. There's my face. Yeah, we're all geared up, all diamond. Got all the tools, all the stuff. So yeah, we tried to get like all the good enchantments, like everything that we could. I'm even starting to get some Thorns 3. I have a villager now that trades Thorns 3 books. But yeah, our enchanting tables there, and we have a ton of storage for like bones and bows, and we have some armor over here that I've been putting together. I got this Feather Falling 4 book, or pair of boots. I think we're going to try to make that our nether pair. You know, the pair we wear in the nether. Yeah. So it's pretty good. It's functional, and it's inside this deep dark. And I spent quite a bit of time lighting it up. You know, if you saw in the time lapse, I had like two what was it, deep slate emerald ore that I didn't have a silk touch pick at the moment or at that time, so I pushed it out into this space, and I did eventually go and collect it. But we're gonna make our way back over to spawn. Just I got stuff to show. So we're back here at spawn, and you can see I've added a sugarcane farm, and I expanded this a little bit more storage. They go mining quite a bit, lighting up caves. There's the 2 emerald ores, and a bunch of books I've been kind of getting. But yeah, we've got a villager breeder over there, and a trading hall kind of set up. So we're putting together some basic kind of important trades. So mending, you've got efficiency 5, unbreaking 3, thorns 3, and protection 4. So my plan is to get feather falling 4, silk touch, and fortune 3, and then we'll be done with this setup. I don't think we need to go much more or further than this. But yeah, I I've only had one near-death experience so far, and it was transporting 4 villagers. So I had 2 boats, each had 2 villagers, and I was just dragging them along with some leads. And you know what? There was a drowned. It was scary. But yeah, so some farmers back here. I got pumpkins and melons, carrots and potatoes up there. And over here, I've been working on the little path that will lead up, or lead down, I guess, from spawn. And it comes here in front of the library, and we'll probably eventually do something here once we have the library built. Yeah, so pretty basic. I tried to do like this winding road that would lead back up to spawn. I think it's looking pretty nice here. I spent quite a bit of time doing this because it's relatively safe, and I want it to look nice. So yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. Getting it to bend and look good is really weird. It's kind of difficult, but I think it is looking nice. I might add some more stuff like this, like rocks and stuff coming up in between the paths and stuff. I still haven't added the board yet. I think we'll get that done soon though. But what I'm thinking is that now that lodestones are pretty cheap, we'll just use them around the area. So over at the Scully spawner, I might have a lodestone with a compass associated with it. And so when people spawn in, they can just come here and, you know, pick up a compass, and that should help guide them around here. I think that'll be pretty cool. And so, but next episode, I don't know. I think I have some plans. I do want to start building my home, and I'm thinking I'm gonna maybe build it over there. I think that would be pretty cool. I think we're also gonna try to get to the end and fight the dragon next episode. That way I can start putting together wings and armor get some shulker boxes. We might even try to bring a shulker back. That way, if we want to build a farm later, we could do that. I think this is where we're gonna leave the first episode of Forever Hardcore. Yeah, it's been fun, a little scary, but I think I really hope the series it explodes or something. I think it's a really cool concept, and the fact that it could theoretically reach out to many members of the Minecraft community, I think would be really cool. So yeah, if you enjoyed this first episode of Forever Hardcore, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to read the description. I think I'm gonna leave a bunch of information there. So yeah, bye bye. Yeah.